From November of 2023, news sources reported the threats of A23a Iceberg to environments in Antarctica and Atlantic Ocean, biological habitats, and marine traffic because of its scale. A23a Iceberg is recognized as the world's largest iceberg since 2021. Here, the drifting of A23a Iceberg is discussed using visible and infrared sensors on polar orbit Earth observation satellites. According to the Earthshots of United States Geological Survey, USGS, the crevasse on Filchner ice shelf was observed in 1957 with a width of 5 kilometers. The width of crevasse had increased to 11 and 19 kilometers from 1973 to 1985 respectively. The carved ice shelf was broken into several large icebergs like A22, A23, A24, and so on November 10, 1986, which was observed by the multispectral scanner on Landsat 5. USGS reported the track of A24 from 1990 to 1992. The size of A24 is 90 by 95 kilometers with an area of 6,800 square kilometers. This iceberg was 400 meters thick and less affected by wind and surface current, but more affected by deeper currents, which is called the Weddell Sea Gyre running clockwise. A24 drifted into the Atlantic Ocean in 1991 from the west side of South Orkney Island, and A24 was scattered in April 1992. A23a had been stacked by the shallower sea floor for about 34 years from 1986 to July 3, 2020. The red polygon with the green point is the location where A23a was stacked. The size of A23a is about 90 by 75 kilometers with an area of 4,200 square kilometers with a thickness of 400 meters. This image is a satellite view observed on February 5, 2018 by Visible Infrared Imaging Radiometer Suites, VIRES, on NOAA-20, and downloaded from the NOAA Comprehensive Large Array Data Stewardship System, class. The image is not a natural color, but a combination of visible and infrared band, which exhibits snow and ice being displayed in yellow and clouds of water drops being displayed in white. While A23a had been stacked, 68 was carved from the Larsen ice shelf in July 2017. The European Space Agency, ESA, plotted the track of A68. The thickness of A68 is about 190 meters and is quite different from A24 or A23a, of which thickness is 400 meters. This is an image of A68 and its vicinity on October 17, 2020, observed by VIRES on NOAA-20. A68 is drifting along the Antarctic circumpolar current with decreasing size. The area of A68 was 4,800 square kilometers at this moment. Finally, A68 reached South George and South Sandwich Islands and scattered away to about 10 icebergs on February 12, 2021. At this moment, A23a is the largest iceberg in the world. A23a had been stacked by July 3, 2020 off Filchner ice shelf for 34 years. The black and white image is a brightness temperature distribution observed by M12 band of VIRES on NOAA-20, where a lower temperature is displayed darker. It is difficult to observe the color image because of low solar irradiation during the winter period in Antarctica. On July 4, 2020, A23a rotated in clockwise and shifted to north about 25 kilometers by September 14, 2020. Because of weight loss to float and a change of Weddell Sea Gyre. Around October 1, 2020, A23a rotated counterclockwise and shifted to the south about 30 kilometers by December 17, 2020. January 2, 2021, A23a rotated in clockwise and shifted to north about 50 kilometers by April 15, 2021. A23a rotated counterclockwise around August 14, 2021 and was stacked by September 12, 2021. A23a rotated counterclockwise further and shifted south about for 25 kilometers, then spined out from the circular movement to the eastward by February 14, 2022. A23a shifted to the north quickly by March 16, 2022, of which speed was 3 km per day. Here the map scale is changed to cover a whole track of A23a. A23a kept the mean speed of 4.8 km per day while catching the Weddell Sea gyre along the Antarctic Peninsula clockwise since March 16, 2022. The total drifting distance from July 3, 2020 to January 12, 2024 was about 4,250 kilometers.